gentlemen, welcome back to your Professional Yappers Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Davion with the most. We got Ronnie here, W Sharp. Thank you. And Raheem as always. We got a lot to cover. We're gonna go right off into it though. We're gonna start talking about the NBA playoffs. You know, we gotta cover that here. We want to talk about predictions because we're almost at the end of the season. The season's almost over. It's done.
Well, so the season's done. We're in the playoffs. We're in the finals.
Yeah. Semantics. Shut up. Anyway,
tomato.
So we're here to give our predictions on the remainder of the playoffs. So I'm gonna start with Ronnie. I want to hear what you got to say.
I want the Mavs to win. I think the Mavs will win. I know a lot of people are talking about the Celtics having like chemistry, and that they're just the stronger team. And then when Kristaps comes back, they're going to be even more stronger. And yeah, it's true. But like, who wants Boston to win in general? Like, why would anyone want Boston to win? Like, it's
people who like beans.
It's Luka's time, and I want to see Kyrie win a ring, especially against Boston. That would just be poetic. Like, how could you not?
I don't want to see Boston win.
They are a great team. The thing is, they're a great team, and Tatum is great. Jaylen Brown's been carrying the Celtics. Jaylen Brown's been carrying the Celtics this playoffs. And don't forget,
not keep throwing that great word around. Let's.
He is great.
How we throw it around.
He is great, and Jaylen Brown's been killing it this playoffs. And
Jaylen Brown's been great.
They still have our
subpar.
I don't know.
Jason Tatum, in the words of Raheem, has been Jason Tatum.
What does that mean?
We know his thoughts on Jason Tatum.
Might have to edit out. It means he's set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Okay, so I know there's a lot of discourse on Twitter and on social media about the path that the Celtics took to get to the finals. That's not their fault, though. You understand?
I was gonna chime in on that as well. I want to say you can't blame somebody for playing well in regular season and then playing lower seed teams or like easier teams. Like that's not their fault, right? That's literally how it is, how it works. Yes, the Mavs has had a way harder like a championship path than the whatever they call themselves nowadays. They used to be the Boston Celtics. I don't know what they refer to themselves now. I don't even know if they're still a basketball team with Jason Tatum at the helm. But
what does that even mean? What does that? What?
but yeah, like that. I think that's just stupid, and that's just like NBA Twitter just trying to poke at everything just to try to like.
I think it's because there's that's it right there, because I think there's a lot of haters against the Boston Celtics, and like now. The facts are, though, that they did play a shorthanded Heat, shorthanded Knicks, and a shorthanded Pacers. But you know, you fought to become the number one seed, and you have to play with what's in front of you, right? Like it's not your fault that they all got injured, you know.
Yeah,
it doesn't change the fact that they had a path.
Yeah,
like, pretty much given to them, though.
So that's why
I can see that and I can understand it.
That's why the question lies now is how are they going to fare against a healthy semi-healthy Mavs? Because they aren't the Pacers. They're not a broken up Heat. Yeah, like this is an amazing team with superstars there and an amazing bench. So it's like now they actually have to fight.
The Mavs have gone on like their whole season pretty much fighting in the West is a championship building season.
Yeah.
So they aren't going to slouch.
No, absolutely not. And the thing is, they are a fifth seed in the West, but like we know what that means. Like 1 to 6 is so relatively close to the West that doesn't matter. And yeah, the Celtics have the number one seed, but it's like you're number one in the East. But yeah, I do think that the Celtics had the best record in the NBA, though. It's not to discredit how great of a team they are. I think it's the Mavs' time. I think it's Luka's time. I think Kyrie will win another ring and cement his Hall of Fame status. It's all ready. It's all set.
So
in his favorite sports town, Boston.
So I think this is kind of like the perfect story as well. Obviously, Kyrie winning another ring against Boston.
Yep.
We had a very rough time. He stomped on Lucky. right?
The fact that
Like,
you called him Lucky is
Boston
great.
fans
Are
hate
you a
him.
Boston fan? You just called him Lucky.
No, but that's their mascot's name, Lucky.
Yeah, but you're not a fan of Boston, so why would you call the mascot by a name?
I'm just being very textbook. Anyways,
he's done his research.
yeah. After being smeared in the media for the past couple of
He's
years,
a closeted Celtics fan. He has a Celtics jersey in his closet. I'm telling you guys this right now.
Never
I
a day
swear.
in my life. Anyway, smeared by the media, left out of the top 75 players of all time. Still ridiculous.
That was crazy,
right?
actually. Yeah, that was crazy.
I think this is just like it's gonna be like probably his best ring he's ever won because of all the adversity he's had to overcome over the couple years. Nets,
maybe.
He should have been like a playoff contender. Well, he should have won. They should have won with him, James Harden, and KD. Stuff didn't work out there. The whole thing with Joe Tsai, I hate him for that. I hate his whole lineage for that. Like, genuinely. I want nothing but the worst for him and that whole organization.
Generational hater.
Generational hater, generational hate. I'm not a huge fan of Luka. I'm a huge fan of his game. No, I'm a huge fan of his game.
Fair. Okay,
I'm
fair.
a huge fan of him in general, right? And I don't mean
that's like Tatum.
Like, this might come off racist, but
do you want to say what you want to say?
No. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like some of like the international players like game. If that makes sense.
How come?
But you like his game?
Huh? How come? I don't know. They're just something to like American-born players that are I guess they play with more swag. They play with more like it's stupid. Like it's stupid to say it, and they play with more like aura. But like
American or
like
North American?
Mentally sound, huh? There's no swag. They're just like good at the game. They practice one thing and they're just extremely good at it.
So
right?
So they're more robotic. They're not as marketable.
Yeah, they're more robotic. They're not like flashy. Like, oh my gosh, did he just do that? Like,
but isn't Luka flashy?
Hell no.
His nickname is literally Luka Magic.
Luka is a fat slob. Luka is a fat slob. He moves so slow. It's like, but he's good at moving slow. If that makes any sense. Like he plays at his own pace, which is extremely slow. Like, look at him. He looks like a Teletubby.
I think Luka, ever since he has become teammates with Kyrie, that he's opened up more on the court. You could see the flash in him now. I mean, I saw a clip yesterday of him yelling.
He's always had the
after they missed a shot or something. One of his opponents.
I think Raheem's just being a hater because Luka's always had that flash. His nickname from the start was Luka Magic because of how crazy he is with his passing and his fast break ability. Yeah, he's slow, but he still has the handles. He has those crazy shots that he can take, the circus shots, the crazy insane passes. Like that's weird.
And that's what I mean. Like I'm a fan of his.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. I just think Luka's not the example of that. Maybe Jokic.
But Jokic is just a freak. His IQ is just
also
way
true.
too high to even be.
He literally hates being on the court. It's
yeah, that's literally his 9 to 5. He treats it like a 9 to 5. I go in, I'm really good at it. I'm not gonna do any more, and I just leave.
He could be working my job probably and be happier.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Which is crazy to say.
So with that being said, with all everything you just said, you still think Mavs are gonna win, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I'm rooting for the Mavs.
You're rooting for the Mavs. So you telling me I don't have a photo of the bracket you made where you chose the Boston Celtics to win the ring, right?
So when I chose Boston to win the ring, I was being
So you admit it though. You admit it that you picked the Okay.
Yeah, I picked them because they looked like the best team to win the championship this year. Like they looked great. Like I can't hate. Like I can hate on players, organization, fan base, families, lineage, cities, city buses, side. I can hate on all of that in Boston, right? But like when you play good basketball, like you can't really hate on like good basketball. But without Kristaps Porzingis, it's just like
Isn't he returning?
He should be returning for the final, but like I don't trust. He's like, God forbid, but he might get hurt again because he never stays healthy.
Right.
You know how good of a player he would be if he was just healthy.
Right.
Like, wow. But yeah, I did have them winning the ring, but Mavs, I'm taking Mavs. Right. them just going neck and neck with Denver, I believe. But Denver's out, right? So
let me ask you this though, because you said that. Who would win the matchup, Mavs or Nuggets in the conference finals if the Nuggets had won Game 7?
Mavs. So Mavs and Nuggets. To be honest, I would go with the Mavs just because I'm also a huge Kyrie fan. I've loved Kyrie ever since I've seen him play for the first time. His whole rookie year, I've loved him. How flashy he was. I loved his high school mixtape. Like, I loved everything about Kyrie. So, like, I'm always gonna root for Kyrie, like, no matter what.
Wouldn't you say though that Jamal Murray is like a poor man's Kyrie but younger?
Jamal Murray?
Is that not fair to say? Then you have Jokic
poor man's
and
Kyrie.
Luka. I'm just saying.
Jamal Murray is like a poor man's Kyrie. Jamal Murray cannot even sniff the bottom of his toenail. Jamal Murray he's nowhere. He's special, okay, but he's nowhere near to Kyrie Irving.
That's why I said poor man. That's why I said poor man's version.
Was trying to do
not even a poor saying it's a poor man's Kyrie is a disrespect to Kyrie Irving's game. That's how special Kyrie is. I think Kyrie is one of the most skillful basketball players to ever play the game.
I think Raheem is trying to get himself banned from Kitchener-Waterloo forever.
I mean, who's trying to go to Kitchener-Waterloo though?
Anyways, you know what I'm saying?
They got anyways.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, stuff up there.
And I think it's safe to say Davion thinks that the Mavs are going to win too.
Yeah. Boston.
Yeah, if you did, we'll kick him off the podcast.
Wow. But see, okay. I do think it's going to go like 6 or 7 though.
Okay.
Like
that's a good assumption. I do have like Jason Tatum like
I think
horribly a couple of games because that seems to be a trend with him in the last couple of games, even struggling against the Pacers. What are we doing?
Fair enough. Now I will say though, don't forget the Celtics have Drew Holiday.
Okay.
And that's kind of an important piece for this team.
Wait. Are you trying to tell me that Drew Holiday can guard Kyrie or Luka?
I can tell you he can guard Kyrie. Maybe not Luka because of the size difference, but that's what you have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum for. Listen. I've loved Kyrie since 2011, okay? And I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm not saying that at all. It's just he's much older. That's all I'm saying. And Drew Holiday is a top-tier defensive player. That's all I'm saying. What? No comment. Like nothing whatsoever.
I think the world has forgotten who Kyrie Irving is, and even though he's proved it time and time again this year, he's gonna have to prove it to you guys again. Drew Holiday is not doing. I don't
think that. There's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I'm not saying Kyrie's gonna play poorly. I'm just saying Drew Holiday is gonna be there.
So you're gonna say he's gonna be less efficient? That's what you're saying.
I just think Kyrie's gonna have to work harder.
Against what, a 6'2"
I just think Kyrie's gonna have to work harder. And it doesn't mean he's gonna play poorly. I'm not saying that. I swear I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's gonna have to work harder, which means the rest of the Mavs totally need to step up. Tim Hardaway has to do something.
Oh, that's the all right. So there's one thing that we can't do. We will not be talking about Tim Hardaway on this podcast. All right, that's one person I don't want to hear anything about. All right, so let's forget. Let's talk about PJ Washington. Let's talk about their rookie, the big man. What's his name? Lively, yeah. Yeah, let's talk about him. Let's talk about anybody else except Tim Hardaway Jr. I don't want to hear anything about that guy. So let's move on, please. Let's forget you even said that.
Wow.
Thanks.
All right, so wow. Okay. We can shift gears now then. So we can talk about the WNBA.
Tim Hardaway Jr., 32 years old, born in 92. Middle name is Dwayne. I just had to do that. I'm gonna bring a random Tim Hardaway fact, I think, every podcast now.
Oh
my god.
You're talking about Tim Hardaway Jr. though, right?
I hate Jason. You said what?
Jason who?
Jason Tatum.
Okay.
Struggling to say his last name.
We're gonna get you a Jason Tatum jersey for your birthday.
You know I will not wear it. Davion, can we transition? Let's stop talking about those bums.
There was the transition right there. Let's move on right there. There's a transition. Start talking on the next thing.
I don't know.
So we're gonna move on. So clearly we want the Mavs to win, but we're gonna shift gears and talk about NBA's sister company, so WNBA. And there's just been a lot that's been going on with the season starting. The biggest thing that's being talked about is the treatment of essentially, honestly, their number one star, Caitlin Clark. And
I'm just joking.
And days prior, so I'll give you guys some context in case you guys don't know. So Caitlin Clark was the number one draft pick, drafted to the Indiana Fever, and because of her, things are booming for the WNBA. They got chartered planes now for their players, better hotels, better compensation, better revenue, better everything, all because of Caitlin Clark and of course and other players as well. So a lot of people don't like that in social media, and her fellow players, colleagues in the league. So days prior, Raheem came up to us and said, I have a lot to say about the WNBA and Caitlin Clark. And we said, okay, fine. Let's hear what you have to say.
First things first. I want to ask each of you guys one question. At what point, Ronnie, you can go first. At what point did you start watching the WNBA?
My honest answer?
Honest answer.
Candace Parker's rookie year.
Okay. Cool. Davion?
Have you never watched a game, but I pay attention to what's going on now.
So you weren't paying it. So you weren't paying attention before now, right?
I wasn't paying attention until Caitlin Clark got drafted.
Cool. Now, Ronnie, when you said you tuned in to WNBA, like, were you following it? Were you like a fan of the WNBA? Were you like, oh my gosh, like, the finals is coming, or oh my gosh, there's a game on today, let me tune in?
No, I treat it like I would for like the baseball regular season, where I watch it, I have it on the TV, but I'm not following stats or whatnot. I'm just curious to see who's the winners and like who wins the championship at the end, and just the major news. And it started with Candace Parker because Candace Parker was like the old school, like she was the Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark, and her brother used to play for the Raptors. So,
okay, that's good. Me personally, I can say that I don't remember what year it was, but it was the year that I think the year after Kobe retired, and he started taking Gigi to WNBA games, and it's they were posting it on thing. I'm like, oh. Let me tune in to see why Kobe's saying like, this is good basketball. Because if Kobe's saying this is good basketball, like this is good basketball, right? There's a reason why he's going there to watch it, other than just to have his daughter there watching. Because he could have took her to an NBA game to learn, right? But he took her to WNBA. I tuned in. Obviously, I learned a few names. I watched a couple games, and I said, this is not for me. I can't watch this. There's no entertainment value to it. I mean, like, they're fundamentally sound, but I've seen 2-3 shots already go over the backboard. I think I'm good for right now, right? And that's no disrespect to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're professional athletes at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I would say, like, for most people, they didn't start watching basketball, women's basketball, until the whole Caitlin Clark thing. Would you guys agree? Yes or no?
Yeah. Maybe not started watching, but really
paying
attention and put their eyes onto it. Because it's all over social media, so that's gonna have a part to do with it. So if you weren't aware of it before, you are now because of ESPN and Bleacher Report and everyone else.
That's great that you said that. So with Candace Parker, there wasn't a lot of like social media exposure.
Well, back then that wasn't a thing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, cause she's old as shit, right?
Wow.
No offense to Candace Parker, but she's old as shit, right? But there wasn't no social media exposure, so there wasn't any way for the WNBA to like pop, essentially. Like, obviously, I know who Candace Parker is, and I wasn't really following along, right? I only came to know who Sabrina was because of the NBA 3-point contest. I tuned in. I'm like, oh, like, she's tough, There's another, I'm forgetting her name. She was on a podcast too. Her name starts with a D.
Diana Taurasi?
Yeah, her.
The GOAT?
I forgot her name, but I saw clips of her. She's tough.
She was, yeah.
And there's a couple others, like, so it's not like I'm completely lost in the WNBA era. Like, I know certain stuff. I've watched some certain games. I watched highlights, whatever. I know who's won here. I was following Tia Cooper because I thought she was fine as shit. I was following what's her name, like Tyson Ray or whatever, because she was bad as hell too. So I was locked in, but now I actually care about like the stats and like who's winning because of the whole Caitlin Clark thing. Like, college, I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, Angel Reese made Caitlin Clark this popular, whatever." Cap. That's
I disagree with that. Yeah, I would also disagree with that.
The reason why Caitlin Clark was so popular is because she had two back-to-back games. One was a 40-point triple-double, and then right after that, the other game, she had a 40-point 48 and like 6, and she also broke South Carolina's like winning streak, which was huge at the time. Yeah, right. So they're posting about this white girl, Caitlin Clark, and they're posting step back trays, cash, dribbling down the court, pull up, cash. I'm like, she's tough. Now I have to go tune into a game to see like what the hell is happening, right? I don't know about no damn Angel Reese. Right? Yeah, Angel Reese made the situation more like hyped with the whole like gestures and the rivalry. That makes it hype. Every sport needs a rivalry. Okay, so yeah, she made a rivalry, but we're not here to watch you miss your layups and grab your rebounds, bro. Like, that's not what it is.
Big woman shooting 30% in the paint is wild.
You're a big woman shooting 30% from right in front of the rim.
Yep.
That's hoops. That's not hoops.
You don't hear often. You rarely hear often when people talk about like the NBA and WNBA. They don't compare guys and girls. It's like guys, girls, girls. But when they talk about Caitlin, they'll compare her to the guys.
Yeah,
so she can
that's how good she is. And
that's how good she is.
Sabrina's kind of in sort of that territory, but not fully yet. But
yeah,
sort like in terms of her shooting top tier, right? She almost beat Steph, and that's how it is. And like, I feel like with Caitlin right now, it's only just gonna get better. She's just gonna bring more eyes, more girls gonna want to play. They're gonna put more money to develop women basketball players. And because of, honest God, I'm not even kidding, because of Caitlin and because of how hype she was a year prior, that's why Toronto put in a bid for the WNBA team, and that's why they won their bid.
So I'm happy that you're saying all of this, because a lot of people are okay, and I don't mean to discredit what the old heads of the WNBA have done for the game, okay? But they have to understand that what they did, and this is no offense to them, it wasn't enough to capture our eyes. You guys are on charter flights right now.
Yeah.
That's huge for the WNBA. Last season, we're making fun of them, right? They were like in economy, sitting next to Bob Billy and Mandy going on vacation in like Indiana or something. Like, I don't know, right? Like, so it's a whole different ball game that they're
Bob
in
Billy,
right now.
Mandy.
And they're trying to discredit and like throw shade at Caitlin Clark. Why are you trying to beat on the money? That's basically what she is. She is the money. I saw a stat, right?
Yeah, go on.
I saw a stat right after Angel Reese's because they played the Fever, and the whole thing where her teammate went to go body check her for no apparent reason, like 15 seconds left in the third quarter and whatever, and they wouldn't talk about it in the media. They got fined, and they had to talk about it after. And she goes, I want you guys to know that you guys are not only watching the WNBA because of one person, you're watching it because of me too. Let's pull up stats. All right. Angel Reese, since she's joined her...
Hold on one second. Davion, do you know what team Angel Reese plays for?
Not a clue.
Do you know what team Caitlin Clark plays for?
The Indiana Fever.
And that says this is something.
And I know what team Cameron Brink plays on too.
Yeah. Cameron Brink. We all know what team Cameron Brink plays for.
So
yeah.
Like,
we don't want to be weird. Cameron Brink. Yeah.
Thank you. Like that right there. Like age. Like, come on.
Yeah, we're not here to see it. But anyways, like pulling up the stats. Are we comparing last season to this season? Last season there has been a 13% increase in attendance for the Chicago Sky. Props to them.
Well, okay, but hold on. They got 2 high caliber players in the draft. So it's not just Angel Reese, but yeah, you're right. Go on.
Okay. The last season for the Indiana Fever with Caitlin Clark, there has been a 300% increase in attendance.
Yep.
So that alone, like, stats are even proving, like, yo, you guys are not in the same league, buddy. No, we're not. Like, yeah, you might be, you're good, you know, but you're not Caitlin Clark.
One thing
right? Not, the majority are not here to watch you. She's
absolutely right.
The eyes.
One thing you failed to mention, and in your stats, is last year most of these teams didn't play in the NBA arena. They'd play in their little shitty, dinky Coca-Cola arenas. This year, a lot of the games are not being upgraded. Certain games, not all of them, but certain games are being upgraded to the NBA equivalent arena.
Because of attendance. Right?
And
because
demand.
of attendance.
Demand.
Because of the media crew.
Demand,
they even have games shown on Prime Video now. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You can watch the WNBA on Prime Video, which is insane to me. But like that's cool.
And this is what the NBA needed. This is what the basketball culture needed. And you have haters in the WNBA that don't want to see. You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. It's probably like a color thing. They hate the fact that this white girl is
So that is what most of the arguments are about. Like and it's mostly women. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's mostly black women. They're arguing that us males, whether black, Spanish, whatever color, us males are downplaying what like black women did for the league, because the WNBA is ran by and shout out to Pride Month, but it's ran by lesbians and like black lesbians and like women. Like that, those are their start. The league is predominantly made up of like those two. Why is Davion laughing?
Because you said shout out Pride Month.
Pride Month, no.
Yes, it is, but still, it's just funny how you're like shout out Pride Month, black lesbians.
That's what the league is made up of. So they're saying, oh, we're you guys are homophobic. You guys just don't want to support the league, whatever. But you guys are supporting this white girl because she's white. It's like, I'm not supporting her because she is a white woman. I am supporting her because I've seen her shoot a step back three from the logo to clutch a basketball game. You know how much balls it takes to do something like that? I was instantly a fan.
Doesn't have them.
Instantly a fan. She came across the court, boom, step back, tray. From the logo with the game on the line? No,
I think what people are downplaying is that her skill is the ultimate draw. We've seen, so you quoted attendance numbers. I'm sure the TV ratings numbers have gone up exponentially too.
Merchandise has gone up.
Merch has gone up. Social media interactions have gone up. Like the league 100%. Is making. This is probably going to be one of the most like.
I literally have WNBA basketball shoes. Literally have because like look,
are hard.
Yeah, I literally have WNBA shoes.
It's going to be one of the most financially successful years for, I think, ever. Because of the talent coming into the league, but you have to be smart about understanding why this is happening.
Yeah,
Caitlin Clark can play the game with anybody, really.
Yeah, I think she could join. She could play in the NBA. I think the physicality would be obviously a problem.
Yeah,
but
do not put her on a court with Draymond Green.
Yeah, but she has a skill level to compete in the NBA. Like she can pass the ball, she can shoot the ball really damn well, and she handles the ball really good, right? Now, people are complaining that she's not even playing well. First of all, she won Rookie of the Month. I just want to put that out there. Shout out Caitlin Clark. But also, she's a rookie.
Yeah, okay. she's got to adjust. Yeah,
it's gonna be an adjustment period.
It has to be an adjustment period,
especially when people are trying to kick and punch you on the court. Yeah, there's gonna be an adjustment period.
When
Indiana sucks.
Taurasi put out the hit that she's gonna have a wake up call when she gets in the league. That was a hit. She put a hit on her head. A bounty is on her head. Everybody is going at her, right? And she's also a rookie who is the main focus of the offense. Okay, she's getting double teamed as soon as she crosses half court. So obviously her turnover numbers are going to be high. It's her rookie year. She's been playing for like a month.
Yep.
right? So there's gonna be a high turnover rate because this is a learning period for her, okay? And they're comparing her to like rookies in the NBA and stuff like that. Like,
No, that's an unfair comparison.
like what are we doing?
It's literally two different leagues.
You've literally, if you're gonna make that comparison, you have to make the comparison to someone that went through the same things that she had to go through in college going into the league.
Yeah,
and
like
I don't know if you can.
Like Zion.
You know, you want to know what's funny too? So Patrick Bev's on his podcast. If you guys are any of you guys are watching that, don't watch that podcast. Complete utter nonsense.
Just watch ours.
Yeah. He says that what they're doing to Caitlin Clark is fair because he did it to Lonzo Ball in the league. Brother, who the fuck is Lonzo Ball? Nobody was hyping up Lonzo Ball except his dad. And three BBBs.
That's not true. No, you can't say that. There was a lot of hype behind Lonzo. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It was because of his dad.
But there's still hype.
It's not comparable to Clayton.
No, it's not comparable to Caitlin. No, and just the fact that Pat tried to, the fact that Pat tried to like bring himself into that, I was like, just shut up, man.
Yeah,
like, shut up and go foul out of the game. Like, just like.
I mean, can't you make the argument that Caitlin, with all of this hype, and I know he didn't play in college, but is kind of like the LeBron of the WNBA?
So that's what the whole thing is. But we also have to realize that LeBron didn't bring like money or any. Well, he brought money or whatever, but there was always superstars. We had AI. You had Michael Jordan.
That's the thing. When you're coming into an established league, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
It's different. Right? She's coming into a league that literally needs her star power.
Yeah,
and she knows that, and the league knows that.
Yeah.
The thing is that the people that are going after her don't understand that.
So she's like,
what's that girl's name? That the most recent one, Chardonnay Jones, or whatever the hell her name is. I don't even know her name. I just know I don't even know her name, and no one's gonna know her name
until now.
Of what she's doing on the court, and she's lying at the press conference saying I didn't say anything. Well, there's clearly video of you calling her a bitch and then pushing her down on the court.
Yeah.
These are the things that these women need to understand.
And then
you aren't the drug.
They were arguing on Twitter that it's a normal thing to happen. I'm like, okay, first of all, what other rookie in the league is facing this treatment? Nobody. Second of all, what's her name? I don't want to butcher her name. What do you say her name was? Chardonnay.
No, I don't know what it is. I just call her Chardonnay Jones.
Chardonnay. Wow, that's crazy. But she has a history, just like Draymond Green, of like misconduct. She's been dropped from 2 different teams for the same thing. So she has an aggressive nature, like towards players and towards her teammates. So this is like regular for her. She does it all the time, but she gets to get away with it because there was no eyes on the league at that point, right? Nobody was watching and said, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy! Like, why did she get away with this? Why is she doing this?" Because no one was watching. Okay, but now you have eyes on the league. You can't do the same stuff and get away with it. We're going to recognize. We are watching you, literally. Like, we are literally watching you. like actually watching you.
You know what what I don't like about this whole thing is that the first impression that people are going to get of the WNBA for some of these people are going to be what happened to Caitlin most recently with Chardonnay Jones.
Yeah.
They're gonna see. Oh, they're just literally tossing her around.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, tossing her around.
That's not because that's not basketball. Mm-hmm. That's just trying to send a message. The first impression for me when I watched my first NBA game was something Vince Carter did. Like that, it's a totally different thing. When you see the headlines that are being ran with on social media, to me, are the worst ones.
Oh, 100%. I think the media and the fans are taking a lot of this out of context, especially some of the new fans that just joined, like the new basketball fans or whatever. Like, people have to understand, like, most people that watch the even the NBA, they don't watch it because they love basketball. They watch it because it's entertaining and they get to troll on social media right after. So some people are taking these troll stuff and running with it seriously, right? And it's a good thing that the WNBA has trolls. They even have on Real Stats, they have their own stats up now. You can bet on WNBA games. You could not do that before. No one cared about it, but now there's a high a high demand for putting parlays on WNBA games. So again, they're not doing. Let's say Caitlin Clark was in the draft. They're not doing any of this year. Just saying.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
The players in the WNBA trying to break Caitlin Clark down. That's not what sports fans want to see.
No.
I think the draw right now is Caitlin Clark and who with any basketball player, man or woman, and people want to see that.
Well,
and
actually,
when the rest of the league comes to that realization, the league will go further.
So my thing is that I'm not asking them to be soft on her and like
don't be soft.
Like the golden child. I'm just asking them stop hitting her when the ball is not even inbound.
Can I say this though? I will say this though. Like, of course, I don't like that, but it might add to the ratings slightly because now you're building like more rivalries. It's like you want to catch a Caitlin Clark game to see who's gonna do what to her now and how is she gonna respond to it.
Yeah,
because you know damn well.
But is that why you want people to watch your game?
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying that's not why.
Perspective, yeah, yeah.
Short term, yes,
yeah,
and you're
that's what I was gonna say.
Short term, yes, but obviously long term, you don't want that anymore. You just want quality hoops and entertaining games. But I know damn well the next Chicago Indiana game, that is gonna be a sellout. It's gonna be broadcasted live on ESPN. It's gonna go crazy because of the storylines going on now. And imagine they meet in the playoffs.
Unreal. It's gonna be jam packed.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching it. So
yeah, we're gonna be at your house watching it.
Yeah,
know. So like, that's. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I get sending a message. Okay, hard fouls, send it to the line. Fouls, etc. But on the inbound,
going out of your way,
If you watch the clip, she was actually running away back to her half, and she's like, "No, let me go shove her into the ground for no apparent reason."
Worst part
is not even basketball.
Angel Reese gets up, so it's like clapping, like, "Yeah, you go." I was like, "Shut up, man."
Like
what's wrong with you?
They were
hit a layup.
Okay, there were 15 seconds. There was nothing that warranted that. Okay, yeah. Apparently they were chirping back and forth, yada yada yada. Cool, that's the game. Chirping back and forth is the game. You going out of your way to throw somebody to the ground for no reason, that's not the game.
No.
Okay.
No. So it's outside the game, man.
Before we end off on this, I was thinking about this earlier. So you were talking about how Caitlin Clark from college joining the NBA, how big of a deal it was because of the money he brought, and if you've never seen anything like that in the NBA. I think back to Zion. Now, Zion didn't bring the revenue, but he brought even more social media presence and more eyes to the game. But if I think back even further, when the NBA was not doing so well, two rookies got drafted in 1980 named Magic Johnson and Larry Bird and changed the game.
It's actually Irvin Magic Johnson.
Shut your mouth. Those two got drafted, similar to Caitlin Clark. Those two got drafted, and ratings skyrocket. That's when they started to get their national deals. It was just a game changer with those two. So that's like the closest comparison I can think to like Caitlin Clark getting drafted to the WNBA and everything she's bringing to them.
So I would agree with that, especially because Zion is the first social media baby in the NBA. What I mean by that is we were watching his highlights from middle school.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
Watching him dunking on 5'4" white kids coast to coast in middle school.
You're right. Him and RJ.
Him
and RJ.
I knew that was coming.
Good one.
That's my dog.
RJ though, but yeah, good one. Anyways, so like that was like he was like the first like social media baby because everybody was watching him, especially when he went to Duke. It was a huge thing, right? He went to NBA. We're like, oh, we don't know if he could play in the NBA. That none of that stuff he was doing in high school and college would fly. He came in the NBA, high flyer, boom, because he's like 300 pounds. He's fast and he's athletic, like. Second would be Mikey Williams. He's had like millions of Instagram followers since he's been in high school for like the past 15 years.
What?
Bro, this guy's been in middle school for the past 10 years and in high school
in the past 15 years. God.
He's been in middle school and high school for the I don't know. But like, yeah, him playing the NBA would also be good for the NBA because of his social media presence.
It's too late now. It's too late now.
He's done a lot of stupid stuff. But we just leave that right there. But yeah, he would be the next one.
Yeah. Well, we can move on. Good talk on the WNBA. Can't wait to watch more games. Can't wait for the season seats for the Toronto WNBA team to go live, so I can get my seats. I'm gonna get 2 seats for that. Let's switch topics and move on to our baseball. We're gonna talk about the Jays. Big news in Jays country. The home run jacket is back, and I know a lot of fans are happy about that, including Davion.
Wait, what is a home run jacket?
It's a celebration. Every team, not every team, but most teams have a celebration when they hit a home run in the dugout. The Blue Jays are one of the first teams to do it, where they made like a suit jacket and they put all the countries of the players of the team on the back. It was a thing Vladdy made, and everyone loved it. They were running with it. He hit the home run, he put it on. I think at 21, one pitcher threw a really good game, and they put it on him. And it was like it's something to kind of to pull the team together. And then they decided to get rid of it.
Wait, so Ronnie, is it kind of like what the Raptors was doing this season, where they would give the MVP chain to somebody in the locker room?
Yeah, sort of. But the difference is they do that after a game. But the home run jacket, you give every home run. Every home run, you give them the jacket.
I get it. Yeah.
So like in Seattle, they have a trident, and so you give the guy the trident who runs through the dugout. In Minnesota, they were throwing hams at players. It was the weirdest thing.
Okay, then.
Yeah, baseball players are weird. But anyways, Blue Jays got rid of it in 23, I think. So last year. And no one really knew why. The only things that really came out about it were want to be a bit more professional, this and that. They were professionally ass as an offense last year. And the professional assness carried over to this year. They decided to bring it back.
Professional assness.
They decided to bring it back late May, which I don't understand, because I found out there are 2 jackets. There's a City Connect jacket and a regular jacket.
Yep, I saw that. I saw that the other day. I was like, what?
My thing was, okay, they probably brought one out like at the end of May because they were revealing the City Connect at the end of May. No, they just decided to do it late May. So I was like, all right, whatever, cool. They brought it back. Someone hit a home run that game. Yay, everything's fine. Everything's cool. We still suck. So that hasn't had any effect on how well we hit. We're not hitting home runs. We're not hitting all the scores or runners in scoring position. We're not hitting when there's no one on base. We're not hitting when the moon is in a certain phase. We're not hitting when all the planets align. We don't hit. Do not hit. We're not this team who hits with their eyes closed.
Oh my god.
So I can't, like, I literally can't stand to watch this team sometimes. I did not watch a single minute of yesterday's game. I caught one highlight, which was Vladdy hitting a home run when we were already down by 5. So that's good.
Shout out Vladdy.
But hey, yeah, fans like it, but they get to see the home run jacket once every 3 weeks. So what does it matter?
Okay, wow.
Vladdy hits a home run, cuts the lead to fucking 15.
Exactly, literally, that is how our season began. It doesn't make any sense.
It's always it's always a solo home run too. It's like, yay, good job,
dude,
good job.
At the least like pressure packed time.
Yeah,
we just gave up 5 runs. Here, hit a home run. Hitting home runs. George Springer looks like a different person altogether. I don't know who this man is masquerading as him in the field, but you need to go back to whatever league you came from. Varshall's looked good at. He's looked okay. I'll say he's looked okay. They're regretting signing Kiermaier because they never play him anymore. Our pitching sucks. Manoah probably needs Tommy John. We'll probably find that out later today. I don't know what this team's doing. I really don't. And if we end up trading one of our cornerstone pieces in about a month and a bit, I won't be surprised, but it's gonna suck. So that's my TED talk. I hate this team.
Yeah, but that City Connect jersey though.
Yeah, it's cool. It looks way better.
That $400 jersey though.
Than anybody thought.
That's
and true. The socials are screaming that this is the best City Connect. I don't know if it's the best. I think the Atlanta one's really good. But after I saw it after it released, I'm probably gonna get one at some point, and it's gonna be David Schneider because he's the only guy that knows how to play baseball on the team. So Yeah.
I'm gonna get a Marcus Stroman one, even though he's not on the team, just for the culture.
I should just fully commit. I'm gonna get a Yankees jersey. Gonna dive off the deep end.
Oh my god.
It's so infuriating. The way that you felt about people punching Caitlin Clark in the face is the way that I feel having to watch this team. I cannot stand it. In the discourse I see online, I'm like, are you people delusional or just stupid? Like, which one is it? I don't get it.
I have to like pace myself whenever I go on Twitter and see discourse about WNBA basketball or just basketball in general. I have to reply to them in my head, because if I reply to them, I just be stuck on Twitter for hours arguing with people over stupidness. So I just don't.
Yep.
No. Don't.
Understandably.
I still haven't even gone to a Blue Jays game this season yet.
Neither have I. My girl wants to go to a Jays game. I'm like, can we wait till they suck less, or maybe just when it's like really cheap? And I don't even plan to buy the City Connect jersey when my brother's next working at the arena, because I'm not buying that at full price. That's crazy. It's $230 Canadian.
Yeah,
$220 Canadian for the swingman version. It's like $430 Canadian for the authentic version. I'm not spending either of that.
It doesn't even make any sense now with all the changes they made to uniforms to buy an authentic, because they suck now.
The quality is really bad. The Fanatics quality is so bad. Like, that's just another.
I only plan on going to a game when it's a hot dog game.
Like, I'm definitely going to a game September 18th. That's when it's her birthday. For sure, that'll be a day I go to a game. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Like, that's when we lose our 100th game after we've sold off everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna pitch that game.
Yes. Team's playing first base.
I was just about to say I might even play first base.
they're the only team that'll accept you. Not Ragnaroks.
By the way,
Ragnarok is a team that I helped start, and they kicked me off of it.
You did not help start Ragnarok. That's not how that works. No. Anyway,
can you spell the name of the team?
Like IRGNER, okay, but I
Say what?
You know, they just kicked me off.
In other news in baseball, some nothing guy got banned for life for betting.
I saw that.
So the best part about it was that the MLB made sure to say that he only was successful 4.13% of the time.
Yeah, that's petty, but I fuck with it. Yeah.
They're like, hey, look, we're banning this guy, but look how terrible he was at saying that he was on top of only ever hitting 200 in the league. So
crazy.
That was funny.
I think we can wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Raheem. That's you. Raheem.
Ready? All right. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys watching today's podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the ranting. I'm always right. If you guys disagree with me, you guys are obviously wrong. But make sure to subscribe to our channel. Like the video if you haven't. Turn on post notifications. Follow us in Spotify and Apple Music. Or podcasts are there too. So if you're driving to work, driving home, driving to get coffee, driving to your girlfriend's house, whatever you're doing, driving to your boyfriend's house. It's Pride Month. Shout out the boyfriends, right?
Shout out Raheem.
Listen to a podcast.
Raheem is your boyfriend?
No, I did not.
He did just say that. What else? I think that's good, right? Yeah, I think that's good. Wait, what else do we usually end with? We did. I did
subscribe.
Did subscribe. Did Spotify. Did Apple Music. What else is there?
I think
that's it, right?
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Bless.
Boom.
You're